Hello, good morning, and this is Rajshekhar, Assistant Professor in the Department of CSC and our group of institutions. In today's class, we will discuss about the introduction to the database management system and its applications. And we already know that the impact of database management system in the current day scenario, and what exactly this database management makes so huge usage in the current day scenario when compared to the conventional file processing. And before going into the details, and let's have a small introduction related to the DBMS and its applications. When you look at this, the DBMS contains the information about a particular enterprise and how you can able to define a database management system. It's a collection of interrelated data, and it is a set of programs to access the data, and almost it is an environment that is both convenient and efficient to use. And what are the various database applications currently where the DBMS is working now? And it is everywhere. And see that these are the listing of applications where the database is working. One is in banking sector, where all the transactions, maintenance, the running, execution and everything is taken care by the database management system. And it's there in the airlines reservations, schedules and all, and it is there in the universities for registration, grades, and it is there in the sales, customers, products and purchases, and online retailers is one of the important application, and even it is there in the manufacturing, and even it is there in the human resources, and it is there in every sector which is intersecting with in day-to-day life. And databases can be very large, and the databases touch the all aspects of our lives. And when you look at the university database example, an application program in examples are, what are the various application programs that might be used in order to access the database content. And you can add the new students, you can add the instructors, you can add the courses and register the students for the specific courses and generate the class rosters, assign the grades to the students, compute CGPA and generate the transcripts. In the early days, database applications were built directly on top of the file systems. What are the major drawbacks of using file systems to store the data? Data redundancy and inconsistency. As we know that when database management weren't used, and before file systems, conventional file processing were in use, and the major drawbacks of the conventional file processing we are going to look at this in this slide. And data redundancy and inconsistency, multiple file formats, duplication of information in different files. As we know that whenever if you want to store the data in the form of files, and the files might be available in the different formats. One might be a doc, and one might be a txt, one might be in some other format. The files, one might be in the CSV, the files might be available in the different formats, and the duplication of information in different files. Yes, this is obviously true, where we need to store the same set of information, whatever you kept in one file, that has to be that might be there in the other files as well. And difficulty in accessing data. And let's say whenever if you wanted to ask, let's say bank, if you take up a banking example, a bank manager asked to retrieve the data from the savings accounts where the account's balance is greater than 10,000. Let's say if we don't have an application program to perform this task, and obviously you need to write a new program in order to carry out this task. So as long as if the new tasks are coming in, and the more application programs that you have to write which has to work against the files. So this is a hectic task where the number of application programs will be increased based on the task that you are getting in. And the data isolation, when it comes to the data isolation, multiple files and formats, as we already know it, where we have to increase the number of files as well as the data which is there has no connection. Let's say if the same data might be available in the multiple files, but each and every file that contains the same data might be having no dependency at all. And integrity problems. Let's say I just want to give an alert to the accounts where if their balances are reaching to zero, or I need to calculate some bonus points, or I need to give some interest where the accounts are beyond this particular limit. And such kind of integrity constraints, it is not possible. And basically with integrity constraints are the one where you are trying to apply the conditions on the databases that you are trying to create, but all the times it may not be possible when we are making use of the files.